You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl.
I do.
This is your auntie talking to you. Take your get you old out there that can love you old. You trying to hang out with these young and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it.
Told you. I told you. I told you. You ain't tell me.
Why do white people pay so much attention to black people if they don't like them? You would think if you didn't like something, why would you be paying attention?
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men.
Race play, Shannon Sharpe. Race play? I don't even want to talk about this, but the more videos I scroll past talking about Shannon Sharpe and this relationship that he had with this 19-year-old, and it's not just her with the race fetish. He obviously was turned on by these conversations as well, and he only released what she was saying.
Man, this whole Shannon Sharpe mess just took a wild turn. He's getting slapped with a $50 million lawsuit, and now Katt Williams is out here claiming he tried to warn Shannon this exact disaster was coming.
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers is not like you.
But Shannon, he wasn't trying to hear it.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you said that one more time, I'm going to... Oh, Lord have mercy. If you said that one more time, I'm going to choke the out of you when I see you.
When Katt popped up on Club Shay Shay last year, he straight up told Shannon that being a black man in this industry, acting reckless, having no self-respect, and wilding out in the bedroom could come back to bite him hard.
These big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TGJ, any of them, all lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
I didn't have nothing on one of these.
Amen, amen.
Gee. I kind of didn't want to hear.
Right.
After that, I don't really kind of know where to go. Let me one more time.
Right.
We good now?
Because the people want to know, well, why did he get blackballed?
Yeah,
because in 30 years, I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. Something you wasn't supposed to be doing.
You will tell it.
Katt was basically throwing out free game, but Shannon brushed it off like it was nothing. Fast forward to today, and boom, Shannon's knee-deep in a nasty lawsuit from an OnlyFans model who claims he did some foul stuff to her when she was just 19. And Shannon was 54, and it gets even crazier. Shannon himself admitted to doing race play with this woman. Fans are side-eyeing him heavy right now, saying he totally played himself and might have just thrown away a future stacked with generational wealth.
I just want to know, why is there so much race play going on? Why is this lady, her name is Gabriella, talking about, yeah, I want you to put a big black baby in me? Is that what people that date outside their race do? Is that what y'all do?
All because he couldn't keep his freaky habits in check. But wait, it gets even messier. This lawsuit magically dropped right when Shannon was on the verge of locking down a $100 million media deal.
We didn't make it about race. Shannon Sharpe did when he started going to find 19-year-old girls and training them how to degrade him racially in the bedroom. When he continued a relationship with somebody that was talking about she wanted his black baby gravy and wanted him to put a big black baby in her. And that's just the text messages that he released. So I know it's some more nasty, weirdo stuff in there beyond that. That's what he felt.
Timing suspicious, right? And guess what else? Just a few months back, rumors were flying that Shannon was trying to set up a Part 2 Club Shay Shay interview with Katt Williams. Now people are really starting to connect the dots. And they're asking if this lawsuit against Shannon Sharpe is just bad luck.
Katt Williams said he left career-ending knockout blows out of his Club Shay Shay interview.
If you think about everything he said that was going to happen, it came true. And the fact that he's saying, I held back a little bit, he probably has stuff on people and he just used jabs instead of throwing that haymaker.
There's a possibility that you might hear the haymakers very, very soon.
Or if the gatekeepers are straight up silencing him for giving someone like Katt Williams a platform. But what exactly did Katt say about Shannon's downfall? Did he really warn him that the same people would flip his own character flaws against him?
Men like Shannon Sharpe go after women whose frontal lobe have yet to develop, and then when they prove to you that they are still children, it's, how dare she try to manipulate me? How dare she try to get money from me? Why do you think she was your old ass?
The sad part? Shannon refused to listen. Let's break it all the way down. This lawsuit just spun out of control. And now it's looking like Katt Williams saw the whole train wreck coming from a mile away. Months ago, Katt tried to put Shannon on game, telling him to clean up his image, keep his circle tight, and stop giving the powerful folks ammo to tear him down. But Shannon? He thought he was untouchable and kept doing his own thing. Now it's playing out exactly like Katt said it would.
The liar knows what lie he told. You see what I'm saying? So even if I made it deceitful and I made you think that the answer is over here, but the answer is really over here, I'm still gonna be looking over here. Me, the one that tricked, because I know this is the right answer.
And here's the wildest part. If the powers that be did target Shannon, they didn't even have to dig for dirt. Shannon basically put it all out there himself. Just peep those freaky texts Shannon released, where his own accuser talks about degrading him with race play. Like, what was he even thinking?
It's becoming more and more clear to me, in my opinion, that he has a race fetish. He has a fetish for that type of dynamic. Think about it. This was a 19-year-old white woman when he met her. I don't know any 19-year-old white woman that's running around hollering about a big black baby and baby gravy. Shannon was a 54-year-old big black grown-ass man from the backwoods of Georgia. Gravy sound like some shit he's familiar with.
We're talking about a 54-year-old man letting a 19-year-old white OnlyFans model treat him like a twisted fantasy. Fans aren't sugarcoating it either.
Big black babies, he probably seen a few in his day. Born in the backwoods of Georgia where he grew up with his grandma and all the other folks. But I just don't think that came from her. Now, is she repeating it back in those text messages? Yes. That's why he released her messages, not his. Peep that. Okay? We haven't seen what his responses was. And I guarantee you, when they post those messages, y'all gonna see. All of that race started with him. It's a fetish. And he could only play that kind of stuff out with a young girl.
They're straight up calling it what it is. Perversion, zero self-discipline, and the exact kind of messy lifestyle the elites love to use when someone steps out of line and stops playing their game.
He couldn't, like Monique was trying to tell him, get an older gal. Older gal ain't going for that. They was going to immediately know he was a freak and a weirdo. A 19-year-old don't know no better. That's why she repeating it back to him, because he said it to her first. Older men, that's why they tend to want to be with younger women. They're more impressionable. They can mold them. They can shape them to be what they want them to be. Do what they want them to do. You let him come to a 40 or 50-year-old woman talking about put a big black baby and baby gravy. We gonna be looking like, what's wrong with you? Yeah, that started with him. Mark my words. It's gonna come out. But that race stuff started with Shannon.
And just to catch you up if you missed it, on Sunday, April 20th, news dropped that a woman going by Jane Doe hit Shannon with a serious lawsuit in Nevada. She's accusing him of assaulting her multiple times during a relationship that allegedly kicked off after they met at a gym in LA back in 2023. Jane Doe is being repped by none other than Houston-based lawyer Tony Busby. Yeah, the same dude who made headlines blasting Diddy with a wave of lawsuits for his alleged victims, and even tried to drag Jay-Z into the courtroom too.
Texas attorney who targeted Sean Diddy Combs. Just in, the Texas attorney who targeted Sean Diddy Combs with dozens of civil lawsuits on behalf of John and Jane Doe's allegedly victimized by the music mogul has a new target in his sights. NFL legend Shannon Sharpe. A brand new lawsuit was just filed in Nevada claiming Sharpe was manipulative and eventually a Jane Doe, with the latest claims allegedly happening as recently as January.
Now Busby's got his sights locked on Shannon Sharpe in this explosive lawsuit. Jane Doe claims things went from sweet to straight up dark real quick during her short time with Shannon. She says it started off consensual when they first met back in 2023. Shannon was 54 and she was just 19. But according to her, Shannon was relentless, chasing her heavy until she finally gave in and started dating him.
Listen, the way Shannon Sharpe is moving, right? Granted, he's rich, famous, cool, he's successful in that aspect, but bro, when it comes to a love life, that is not the life I want to live. I do not want to be 54, 40 plus years old, or 54 years old, sleeping with 19-year-old women. Sleeping with women that only want to use me for what I can provide. Dealing with women that could potentially mess up my career, my future, or cause me so much stress. When it comes to dealing with multiple women, there's always problems. It's messy, I want to be as drama-free as possible for as long as possible.
But once they started hanging out, she says Shannon flipped and started treating her like some kind of object. She's accusing him of wild stuff, like choking her, threatening her life, secretly recording their private moments and spreading them without her permission.
There's always going to be problems. They can start a rumor about you, and it can mess your image up, it can mess your face card up, or you can even end up getting one of them pregnant. You could be on child support for 18 plus years. I said the same thing about Future a few months ago, and y'all was like, nah, bro, Future can never be lame. He's not lame for doing this. Future is lame for doing the same thing Shannon Sharpe is doing, and a bunch of men are doing, period, in general. We make sleeping around as men cool, like just being super reckless cool as men, and it's not cool.
Even more disturbing, Jane Doe says Shannon would whisper twisted things like wanting to do stuff to her that would make no other man want her. It's straight up creepy. The lawsuit claims Shannon even managed to sneak into Jane Doe's apartment complex without her knowledge or permission, which is seriously next-level scary, but it gets even more insane. Jane Doe says there was one terrifying moment where Shannon completely lost it, and during the blow-up, she noticed a gun sitting close by in plain sight. Freaked out for her life, she says she tried to share her location with her friends using her iPhone, but Shannon caught her mid-move. And the second he realized what she was doing, he allegedly grabbed her by the neck and warned her, "If you ever do that again, I will effing kill you." After all that madness, Jane Doe says she tried to pull away from Shannon, especially after that viral Instagram Live moment last September, when he accidentally went live while kicking it with another woman named Michelle. But according to Jane Doe, Shannon didn't back off, not even a little. She claims that on October 6, 2024, Shannon forced her to perform a sexual act on him while he held her down, even as she was crying. And it didn't stop there. She says Shannon went on to assault her again right after that, and then allegedly a third time during another incident in January 2025. The lawsuit paints a brutal picture, claiming Shannon Sharpe isn't just a sports legend. It calls him something way darker.
Everything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not gonna you have a choice.
The suit straight up describes him as a flawed, narcissistic individual who's been using his fame, power, and influence for years to manipulate, control, and dominate women. With this lawsuit, Jane Doe is hoping to shut down what she calls egregious conduct, once and for all. She's asking for a jury trial and a whopping $50 million in damages. When the lawsuit first dropped, Shannon didn't waste time firing back. He had his lawyer, Lanny Davis, post a statement all over social media. And in it, Shannon revealed Jane Doe's real name, Gabriela Zuniga, a woman already pretty popular on OnlyFans and Instagram, where she goes by She Is Carly. But here's where the whole thing just explodes even crazier. In his statement, Shannon not only denied all the accusations, he tried to clear his name by pulling out some graphic text messages he says came from Zuniga herself. He thought this would make him look better. But man, it totally backfired. Instead of saving his image, fans started roasting him even harder. Folks were already judging him heavy for messing with a 19-year-old at his big age, but now they're looking at him sideways again after learning he's deep into race play too. In the text Shannon's team claims Zuniga sent him, she said wild things like, "I want you to put a big black baby in me and you better crave it, and cause you're gonna be stuck with it for life." Shannon's lawyer clapped back, saying Zuniga's lawsuit is nothing but a blatant and cynical attempt to shake Shannon down for millions. Shannon's legal team ain't holding back either. They're saying the lawsuit is packed with straight-up lies, twisted facts, and wild misrepresentations, and they're confident it's not gonna stand. In his statement, Shannon's lawyer also threw a shot at Tony Busby, hinting that Busby might try to drop a video of Shannon and Zuniga to make a consensual moment look like something way darker. Shannon's clearly scrambling to stay ahead of the mess, claiming that everything that went down between him and Zuniga was 100% part of a consensual adult relationship. He says it even involved role-playing, dual-language flirting, and wild fantasy scenarios that Zuniga herself allegedly asked for. His lawyer made it crystal clear Shannon categorically denies all allegations of coercion or misconduct, especially the heavy accusation of assault, and said he refuses to bow down to what they're calling an outrageous blackmail play. Now about that audio recording Jane Doe dropped. Shannon's camp says Zuniga chopped it up, edited it heavy, and made it sound way worse than the real deal. Meanwhile, Shannon jumped on social media himself and posted a video calling the whole lawsuit a straight-up shakedown.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about, and I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys.
He even accused Tony Busby of specifically targeting black men, bringing up Busby's failed case against Jay-Z as proof. Shannon said Busby's just trying to spin the media, and he swore he's coming back with lawsuits of his own, aiming to sue both Busby and Zuniga for defamation. But just when you thought it couldn't get any messier, boom! Shannon's own lawyer had to admit that earlier this year, Shannon actually offered Zuniga at least $10 million to make all of this drama disappear, so now the whole situation's looking super messy. Shannon's out here calling Zuniga a liar, but at the same time, he was ready to drop $10 million to sweep it under the rug. If Shannon really thought it was all lies, fans are asking, why not just hit her with a defamation lawsuit right away instead of offering hush money? And of course, Tony Busby didn't waste a second clapping back. He went straight to Instagram saying Shannon's move to throw $10 million at Jane Doe just shows he's scared she's sitting on real evidence. Busby posted, on one hand, Mr. Sharpe and his lawyers claim that the case filed by Jane Doe is meritless. Yet on the other hand, they now have disclosed that Mr. Sharpe offered Jane Doe $10 million in writing not to file her lawsuit. That is a true statement. He doubled down, saying Jane Doe was offered the $10 million, but chose to reject the bag and move forward with the lawsuit instead. Busby also blasted Shannon's camp for trying to discredit and dox Jane Doe, and said Shannon's team, just like he expected, is also coming after him personally. But Busby made it loud and clear. They're not folding under the pressure. And just when you thought it couldn't get any crazier, boom! Another bombshell dropped. Reports came out that Katt Williams allegedly warned Shannon multiple times to cut out his reckless behavior before it came back to bite him. According to insiders, Katt told Shannon flat out that his personal choices, the messy lifestyle, the lack of discipline, would be the exact things the gatekeepers could flip against him when the time came. And honestly, the warning wasn't out of nowhere. Shannon's been surrounded by drama for years, from whispers about him being on the DL to accusations he leaked his own private tape just to shut down the gay rumors flying around. But after Shannon gave a platform to people like Katt Williams and Monique, both of whom didn't hold back when calling out the industry gatekeepers, it looks like he painted a big target on his own back. While Katt reportedly tried to school him multiple times to get his act together, Shannon didn't listen. And now it's all blowing up in his face. With him getting tied up with a 19-year-old OnlyFans model and the messy race play scandal, the higher-ups didn't even have to work hard. Shannon handed them the ammo himself. Now fans ain't exactly rushing to defend him. A lot of them are saying straight up, Shannon should have listened to Katt, stayed away from OnlyFans drama, and kept himself out of that shady Hollywood mess. Unlike Katt, who keeps his business low-key, minds his lane, and skips all those shady industry parties, Shannon was out here wilding, acting reckless at almost 60 years old. Fans are saying loud and clear, even if Shannon didn't do anything criminal and the industry's just trying to bury him, he still made it way too easy for them to take him down. Ain't nobody forced Shannon to get mixed up with a 19-year-old at his big age, or to play around with race play fantasies. So even if he was targeted, the truth is, he handed them the ammunition himself by moving reckless and forgetting about morals and discipline. One fan didn't hold back, saying, "The more that comes out about the Shannon Sharpe situation, the more I'm looking at Shannon Sharpe sideways. Man is a damn weirdo, messing with a 19-year-old at 54 years old and into race play." Award-winning journalist Ernest Owens even called Shannon out, writing, "A 54-year-old black man was engaging in race play with a 19-year-old white girl. I'm not supporting Shannon Sharpe, period. The end. It's legal, but it's also disgusting." Another commenter added even more heat, saying, "Time and time again, Shannon Sharpe just continues to prove Katt Williams' point. You have an unnatural allegiance to losers." But now we want to hear your take on all this drama. Do you think Shannon Sharpe is really getting punished by the higher-ups for giving folks like Katt Williams a platform? Or did Shannon fumble his own bag by moving reckless and forgetting to keep his life clean? Drop your thoughts down in the comments. Make sure you like, subscribe, share this video, and smash that bell so you don't miss the next drop. Catch you on the next one.